When a flood broke out in South Korea, cows rushed to the temple. Why did the cows flock to the temple? Cows in South Korea have social security numbers. Friendship between a 40-year-old cow and an 80-year-old old man. Why did the cows flock to the temple? On August 8, 2020, it rained heavily in South Korea. Rain damage was severe in the Sumjin River in the Jeollabuk-do region. There are herds of cows who have evacuated to a temple at an altitude of 531 m to avoid flooding in the river. Heavy rain over 300 mm fell. Small dams collapsed, rivers flooded, and many areas were flooded. In some places, the entire village was submerged. Villagers were isolated. A water bomb spilled over the barn, causing an emergency to the livestock. The livestock floated on the water. As the water filled their heads, the cows struggled desperately to live. Some cows floated in the water and took refuge on the roof. After that, the water ran out. Cows do not come down to the ground, but remain on the roof. Farmers rescued the exhausted cows by dragging them with ropes. Farmers used trucks to move cows to other barns. Residents used a rubber boat to rescue the dog and evacuate it. Dozens of cows left the barn and ran on the road. These cows fled when the barn was flooded. Some cows desperately evacuated towards the high mountains. The cows went to a temple called Saesangam at 531 meters above sea level. On the afternoon of August 8, 2020, about 20 cows appeared in the temple. The cows who escaped the village barn ran down the road close to 1 kilometer. The photos of cows moving busily toward their destination attracted attention. The cows arrived at the temple of the mountain at 1 p.m. The address of the temple is Saesangam, Muncheokmayan, Guryegun, Jeollanam-do. The cows graze in the front yard of the temple and take a break. The cows did not run and did not cry. The cows were quiet, the monk said.
It seems to have escaped the water from the village below. It takes an hour to walk to climb the mountain. It was curious and pitiful how the cows got here. The owner of the cow came about an hour. The cows were really quiet until the owner took them away. The cows rested at the temple and left.
Buddhist monks in South Korea do not eat meat. One netizen said that the cows knew the monks were vegetarians and seemed to have gone to the temple. This is the reaction of Korean netizens who saw the cows in the temple.
Cows believe in Buddhism. How did cows know that monks didn't eat meat? The cows who went to the temple that do not eat meat are smart. Did the cows feel that the temple was the safest? The temples I know are cats, dogs, and chickens. You know how to live. When an animal comes, the monks raise it without throwing it away. The cows seem to have been liberated. The cows are smart. It is amazing to go up to a high place and to go to a place with people. He took the calf without falling behind. I'm really proud of the cows. It is a victory of instinct to survive. The cows worked hard today. Looking at this picture, I reflect on eating cows. The more you know, the more intelligent animals you have and have thoughts. The cows are pitiful and unique. A few other cows floated in the water earlier. The cows are so wonderful. Leading group cow did well. My God, the cows must have suffered a lot. Still, I am very fortunate that the cows escaped the disaster. The cows are wonderful. It is a bad world where cows are easily slaughtered even though it has survived so hard. It seems to be led by Buddha. I hope the cows live long. You've never seen it outside of where you've been in your life, but it's amazing to move to a group in that situation. The first longest road trip in a cow's life. It is said that cows shed tears because they know how to go to the slaughterhouse. It's a spirit creature, but the cows are delicious. I wonder if the animals next to humans have something to share with humans. Who is closer to the Buddha, human, or cow? I remember the Shawshank Escape. Resuscitation Escape. You are going to evacuate. Even in the event of a forest fire, the cows broke through the cage and escaped on their own. Cows are smarter than you think. There was also a cow who wakes up the owner of a forest fire. The way up that temple is very steep. People also have to go by shuttle bus.
One netizen wondered how to find the owners of the cows who had escaped. A netizen asked, "How do you find the owner of the cow?" Another netizen said, "When every cow in our country is born, a number is issued just like a social security number, so you don't have to worry about ownership issues." Replied, "Every cow in South Korea has a unique identification number. Upon birth, every cow is given a 12-digit identification number. The number tag is attached to the cow's ear. Cows without tags in their ears cannot be bought, sold, or slaughtered. Even if one is lost, there is no fear of losing the individual identification number because there is a ticket on the other. From Korean cattle farms to slaughterhouses, wholesalers, and marts, the same identification number and barcode are used. Consumers can search cattle and beef history through identification numbers. Consumers check cattle's history by directly entering identification numbers on smartphone apps or web pages, or by scanning barcodes and texts. Consumers can know the sex, date of birth, owner, breeding ground, slaughterhouse, slaughter date, gastric gland test details, meat grade, and processing plant. In 1 year, a total of 21369,000 beef history information was viewed. Of these, 11.9 million were viewed through smartphones. It is possible to trace the birth, farm, lineage, vaccination history, owner as well as the area of travel. If you insert 12 digits of the history number displayed on the packaging into the information search box, the place of birth and grade are displayed. Imported products use the import distribution identification number. If the content of the website for information on the history and the grade indicated on the label is different, it is subject to reporting. The livestock traceability system for cattle and pigs began in 2008. From 2016, history information is also available in English due to the export of Korean beef. It is expanding to chickens, ducks, and eggs in 2018. Traceability agents are spreading in all directions to increase the reliability of not only cattle but also food. All cattle going through South Korean slaughterhouses are tested for DNA. Samples are removed at the stage of slaughter and grading and dried and stored by the government. It is a process of not missing a single cow going through a domestic slaughterhouse. The government keeps samples worth 4 million cattle for the last 4 years. It can be seen by examining samples that restaurants cheat imported beef as domestically produced. A bad restaurant cheated on imported beef as domestic and sold it expensively, and was caught by the police. When DNA of beef from a bad restaurant was extracted and compared with government information, it did not match any. It was rather the American and the genetic type. If the history information on the mart, beef stand and packaging is falsely written, it is caught. In addition, it is also caught selling third-class cows as first-class. All can be easily detected by DNA testing. The crime of illegally distributing sick cattle, which are prohibited from slaughter and sale, is also caught. In this regard, the government conducts an average of 200 to 250 tests per day. South Korean cattle are called hanwo. There is a documentary film that illustrates the relationship between Korean cattle and farmers. The English title of the movie is Old Partner. The Korean title of the movie is. It is a movie about a 40-year-old cow and an 80-year-old couple. It is a movie that starts with a notice of the death of a cow. The old man and the cow lived together for 40 years. The director filmed the last year before the cow died. The cow fell down a year later and could not get up and died. The farmer built a grave for the cow in the middle of the field where the cow worked. Audiences who watch this movie cry, laugh and fall into the movie. It was screened at the Sundance Film Festival, and American audiences who watched the film shed tears. This film is an independent documentary, and it was a big hit. It only cost 85 million won to make the film. However, the Korean theater alone made 19 billion won in sales. It is a film where you can feel the memories of the countryside, the friendship between a cow and grandfather, and the devotion of parents. Highly recommended for those who have not seen it. After 10 years of making the movie, both the small and old couples in the movie died. The elderly couple's children returned to farm and became a farmer with great success. Thanks for watching. Subscriptions, likes, and alram settings are a great help in making video. Thank you.